Youth employability in the ECOWAS region remains a major concern for the 15 heads of state.
Le chômage massif limite
Massive unemployment limits the participation of young people who today constitute the driving force in the process of economic and social development of our countries. Indeed, it must be remembered that only 30% of the 3 million young people who arrive each year on the labor market manage to gain access to a decent job. There are nearly 2,100,000 young people each year who are left behind, exposed to all the major risks. Around 300,000 young people in each member state are newly entering the workforce and are jobless. The economic integration of young people in this agro-sylvo-pastoral and halieutic sector is well established in the regional policy of agricultural investment and security. In addition to developing value chains and strengthening production systems, ECOWAS 2025 aims to change the image of the sector and improve its attractiveness through significant investments. This concern is also shared by a recognized and well-known entity in the agricultural sector.
From the point
of view of peasant organizations, we think that if family farms create income, employment will follow and young people will not think of immigrating. Immigration issues will naturally exist because men are essentially inclined to move around, but the phenomenon we are experiencing today, it is very easy to fight against this by creating jobs in rural areas. If ECOWAS and the states commit themselves to sit with us after this workshop, we are ready and we fight, but they do not move. It is not complicated. If you create a situation where the young person makes 2 million per year, there is no debate. You bring him to Thessalit or Zender, he will go there. Whoever can board a boat for 6,000 kilometers on the sea, he will not refuse to go to 300 kilometers. Doing this ahead is fundamental. We want each actor to play his role. I mean the state, ECOWAS, cannot leave the future of the youth in the hands of other actors. It is primarily them, above all, who must assume this responsibility. Thus begins a process that has paid off with the commitment of all the key components of the sector. To this end, a regional support strategy is emerging, and Dakar served as a framework for its validation. To achieve this, ECOWAS has started since 2018 a process by which it is developing a regional strategy for youth employability in the agro-sylvo-pastoral sector. It is in this context that the current workshop is held, with the participation of a diversity of actors working in the field of youth employment. Already some countries, aware of the challenges, begin taking strong actions in the direction of promoting young people in the agro-sylvo-pastoral and fisheries sectors. Ivory Coast is in this move because it is an issue that currently affects all countries. There are many initiatives, especially at the Ministry of Agriculture. No project can be done without the involvement of young people. For example, there is a project that involves incubation of young people so that they can develop their projects and go out with formal businesses. In Senegal, to share our experience or start sharing it, since there are many representatives from other countries here, I have to say that many of the initiatives that are successful have been done. Others are planned within the framework of the National Agency of Inclusion and Agricultural Development under the supervision of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Equipment within the framework of community agricultural farms, not forgetting the great effort made by the National Agency for the Promotion of Youth Employment.
Au niveau de l'ANIDA, fondamentalement, nous avons fait un diagnostic.
At the level of ANIDA, we have basically made a profound diagnosis of the approach to be used to change the interests of young people in the rural areas so that agriculture be a job and be more attractive. Today, we are at more than 20,000 jobs created, decent jobs. By 2020, we'll double the number of jobs created.
Normalement, notre programme va permettre de doubler ces créations d'emplois.
However, a commitment of the technical and financial partners is needed, but the leaders of the regional institution must first contribute.
Which I'm sure the agencies involved will engage them to sponsor some of the projects. But at the same time, we too at the AFC, we must ensure that ECOWAS is providing the needed funds to sponsor some of these projects, because to us, ownership is very important. We need to have ownership of our programs. We have been seeing it over and over. Sectoral issues such as agriculture, health, education need to be given much attention. We need to put a lot of funds to sponsor such programs. So we are very determined, very determined that we'll ensure that the needed funds are provided to sponsor this program.
Ce programme que la CEDAW vient de développer.
This program that ECOWAS has just developed is a program that will enable us, people of the private sector that I represent here, to really be able to use young people to stay in our countries to avoid illegal and deadly immigration. On behalf of the Chambers of Commerce of ECOWAS and the private sector globally, to say that we are willing to support this strategy because the private sector really needs a strategy that makes it possible to engage young people in a friendly environment.
La Suisse réaffirme son engagement dans la région Afrique de l'Ouest.
Switzerland reaffirms its commitment to the West Africa region through its dense network of representations. The problems of underemployment and youth unemployment require more than ever a collective effort at both global and local levels and are the common responsibility of all countries.
Responsabilité commune de l'ensemble des pays.
The Dakar meeting enabled to share countries' successful experiences. A roadmap has also been set for the completion of the process leading to its adoption by ECOWAS.